Greetings and welcome to the 1-6 Scale Man proudly presents, you know what it is, Collectors Lounge International Sunday Fun Day. So glad to have all you guys here. Thank you for, coming on in. We'll have a few people dipping in here. For those that you are already here right now, welcome, greetings. It is Sunday. And if you are in northern Pennsylvania, your northern regions of the state, if you are basically in New York City, Philadelphia, DC, whatever, on this side of the world, if you were over in England, if you were over in Ireland, then you already know basically it is cold as shit right now. I say that really, really slow because I'm experiencing it. After experiencing 77, well, actually almost 72 to 73 degrees, 64 degrees, 69 degrees a whole week, to now all of a sudden just get smacked in the ass with 46-degree weather. And it's going to be that way the whole week. Welcome to November. They are getting us ready. Finally, we are excited or less excited for the cold ass weather. Yes. It is time to layer up, folks. It is that time. But anyway, greetings. Thank you for being here. It's going to be a great show. We're going to talk about a couple of things here. Also, we're going to have a segment by my man Rich on just, living life, collecting what you love, and just having fun while you're doing it. Getting back to the essence of collecting. You know what I mean? And that's what it's all about. So him and his pimpacious self is going to actually give us a nice little walkthrough on that. We got none other than Mr. Clean himself, Shane, in the building, and we also got Loco Lou. So I'm just going to bring everybody in so we can get to talk and get to yapping. I'm going to stop yapping myself and just bring everybody here. What's going on with y'all, folks? How y'all doing?
What's up, brother? How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How you doing, Rich? You ready for the day, man?
Yeah, man, I'm ready. You've had a good day so far. I'm appreciating the comments about the tash from Shiny. I appreciate it. There. Thank you very much. It's good. It's good genes. But yes, pretty cold here as well, to be fair. But what are you gonna do? Yeah. It's part of it now, isn't it? So it's nice.
Hell yes, it's nuts out, man. So definitely. But thank you for having me. What? Not literally nuts out. I mean, like, it's just nut. It's crazy outside. I mean, if you got your nuts out and it's 40 degrees outside, that's pause. Like that's the problem. Like straight up, keep your nuts in your pants while you outside. It's just not cool. You know what I mean? Have your nuts dangling. Pause while you outside, man. You already know what it is. Shane, what's going on with you, brother? So glad. Hey, yo, Shane. So listen, be proud of me, bro. We're going to talk about this figure in a minute, but this is what I did. So I had to pre-order a figure because I knew I wanted it, but I only pre-ordered something that I wanted. But in its place, I got rid of something that I didn't necessarily need. So it was an even exchange, and I got my NRD back for the one that I didn't really necessarily need. So I'm happy about that. And I pre-ordered. So it was an even. So basically, and it was basically a less of a pre-order that I had to put up. So I did get some change back. So again,
you do realize how much it sounds like you're justifying yourself. It's so funny.
Rich, man, you were dead right. Yeah. This is like when people come into me and they catch me at the start of class and they kind of go, look, I, my dog, my homework. Look, I tried really hard, but
you gotta say it like the States. You gotta say it like the States. See, what happened was.
Yeah. I left the window open. There was this pigeon that came in.
This big raccoon, and it just took my bag. Just took my churro. My homework was there. All jokes aside.
What did you get, Lyle?
He said, my dog, my homework.
My churro.
My dog. Let's be real. I'm actually really impressed that you actually did that. But do you really think that you, Lael Rockwell, have to justify a figure purchase, pre-order purchase from Black Panther? Please, come on, man. Yeah. That was like certain figures are just like. Yeah, I don't even. You don't even think about that. Your man from Underground, your friend from Underground, just went. Yep. He doesn't even have to contact you.
That's how it was. That's how it was, bro. Like this. Yeah, there you go. I mean, it just was. But I did learn that there was certain shit that I learn it every day. I look at my shit and I'm like, damn, why do I have that there? I don't necessarily need it. So, anyway.
I have a story for you as well, but
what's up?
You see, we're obviously not doing spoilers of Black Panther today, so
Mm,
I might hold that for next Tuesday.
No.
It's up to you. It's up to you. Yeah.
you
Loco hasn't seen it.
Local seen
No,
it.
I did.
He's
I
seen
saw
it.
day one.
No, Local seen it day one. But I mean, in the interest of fairness, everybody out there who hasn't actually seen it, we won't. We could talk about how much we loved it or not, or if we liked it or didn't like it, but not going into deeper spoilers. But I know there's some people out there. If you have seen it, if you haven't seen it, let us know. If you haven't seen it, because like I said, we don't want to spoil anything for you. But again, we know, yeah. I'll just say that I pre-ordered the figure because I wanted it. I had to have it. And yeah, let's just go. Anyway, Shane, thank you for being here, bro. Loco Lou, I know you've been waiting because yeah, I know. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Me. What's poppin', people? It's cold. It's tiring. It is Leo making excuses for excuses that he don't make excuses for.
My homework, my dog. That shit was funny.
What happened was this.
And then my finger slipped. And then the next thing, I pre-ordered 2.
You see what happened was my money just like left my account out of nowhere because I saw something that said, "Ooh, shiny." And clicky, miney. Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I mean,
love you guys. It's funny as hell, Liam, bro. Come on.
I mean, you got to justify it somehow. Shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
Quite a few people
justification. We're
haven't. Yeah. Quite a few people in the chat haven't seen it yet. So
Yeah. So we're not gonna spoil it for him. Definitely not.
Oh yeah. Listen. I'm sorry. I have to say it. Spoiler alert. Loco Lou is the new Wolverine. Just saying. I'm sorry. I just had to let you know. That's it. Don't worry. You guys thought I was going to spoil Black Panther? How dare you?
Yeah. We're not going to do it. We'll definitely keep that, but we will talk about the figure a little bit. You know what I mean? Because I think it is worth talking about. For those who haven't seen it, and I'll just say this: for those who haven't seen it, I think you already know. Ooh, whoa! For those who haven't actually seen it, or I think you already know just by looking at the actual figure who it could be. I'll just put it to you that way. So we'll put it in that realm. But yes, we'll have that conversation. But before we dive in, I do want to address the chat, the amazing chat that we actually have here with us today. We got Shiny in the building. Thank you so much. He said Loco in the new Wolverine. He's right. Loco is the new Wolverine. We got Calvin Williams in the building. Thank you for being here. My man Cal is in the building. Always. We got Feezy Figures. We got Tyree in the building. William Owens, Ancient Silver Fox is here with us. We got Benjamin Green in the building. Thank you for being here, bro. Always. Who else? We got Thule in the building. We got Larry Walker in the building. We got Windman 42. 6 Scale Padawan is here with us. Philip the Fool. We got Thalia Meyer is in the building. Jason Webster. We got, let's see here, Beskar Kid is in the building. Thank you for being here. We have, who else is in here with us? AJ Agrusa is with us. We got Commander Green. H Green is in the building. Definitely. We got Benjamin Green. E Green. He said, pause. Definitely. Let's see who else we got. Let me see. Man. Empire Strikes Again is in the building with us. All in the game. And Empire Strikes Again, I got to pull something up because there's a rumor floating around. I want to pull this figure up here before we even dive into everything else. Because this is, I think, worth talking about because something is on its way this week. And if the rumors are correct, we could definitely see it. There's a couple of things we can see within the next 2 weeks that we'll talk about here. We got Luminar in the building. Who else do we have here? Lumi. I know Lumi. It's exciting times for Lumi. We'll have this conversation next Friday on Figure Flex Friday. But I know Lumi is excited. Let's see here. And yeah, we got Larry Walker. So yeah, we got quite a few people that are floating in here already. Some new people that are actually coming through. We got Two Ferns is in the building. Thank you for being here, my guy. and Shogun. What is it? The Shogun of Naperville. I love that name. Thank you for being here. And Mr. Sketch 22 is in here with us, so thank you for being here. So yes, there's quite a few things kind of floating around here, but I'm gonna talk about this one first. I'm gonna bring it up here because yeah, this thing and yeah, somebody has already guessed it um in the chat. So apparently right now what is happening is there is a figure that we have been waiting on for a minute that could make its appearance within the next few days, possibly as a release. And I know it's going to be anticipated for a certain reason, and not for reasons what people think. Yes, we know the figure is coming, but I think people are going to be wanting to see what the final product is going to look like with this particular figure, because again, we know that there were some comparisons to John Cena, and hopefully they address that and kind of change it and make it look different, because I'm seriously tired of seeing those photos because it scares me. But yeah, so Bo-Katan could basically be making her appearance this week and shipped out to people's collection. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, it's like people are strongly leaning towards this and saying that this is what's going to happen. And I've gotten some inside information that says yes, it is happening this week. So I don't know. So let me go to you first, Rich. Rich, is this something that you were thinking about picking up, or are you excited? Are you anticipating this figure? And if so, are you on pins and needles about what this head sculpt can look like? What do you think, bro?
No, no, and yes. I was looking forward for other people to see what it looks like. I enjoyed her in Mandalorian. I didn't really get to see that much in Clone Wars. But I'm looking forward to see what she's going to be like in Mando third season, because I think we'll have a change of outfit possibly on that one. But she's so anticipated to everybody. I look forward to seeing what her head sculpt's going to be. I don't think it's that bad. People saying it looks like John Cena, not really. Maybe from that angle a bit with the jaw, but I don't think it's bad at all. Nothing wrong with that. I think it looks just like her. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what they do. It's good that we're finally going to get some more releases, because I'm sick of people saying, "Where's my Bo-Katan?" And but yeah, no, it looks good. I'm looking forward for people to have it in the collection. Obviously, we've got what's his name as well. What's the other guy who came out a couple of weeks back? Axe Wolves. Yeah. So he came out as well, didn't he? Or was he moved
no,
up?
he's supposed to drop in December now, because they moved it up to December, January. Yeah. So people have gotten notifications about that dropping soon. So yeah, that'd
be cool. So obviously with her dropping and then him, it'd be awesome for people to have them on the shelf. I think she's great with the other two as well, but you can't get one without getting the other two. Yeah, it's going to be expensive for people, but for me, no, I don't want this one for now.
Gotcha. Shane, is this something that you were going to pick up, or is this something that you're passing on, but you're interested to see what the final product is going to be?
Sorry, I was just cracking out my back there. I have an injury. No, I've no interest in these figures. Obviously, I love the show, and I really liked this. This woman had presence, and Cosca Reeves, I just really like. And Axe Wolves, they treat them together like, I think Rich hit the nail on the head there. I can't really add anything to this. Like, three good characters, but I think they treat them together. But the Cosca Reeves, that draws me in because of the head sculpt, how good it is.
Yeah.
She's just stunning. The armor is stunning. I really liked. She had an attitude. It was a good, like a bad, good attitude. She had a bad attitude in the show, and it was good. It worked. And I think if I was to get her, though, I'd have to get the other two. She'd look lost on her own. Bo-Katan on her own is probably the only one you could justify getting on their own. For me, it's like as Rich said, it's all or nothing. But I just don't like them enough to justify getting three of them. So
gotcha.
No, I'm
out. Gotcha. It's gonna be interesting to see, definitely, man. Come on, Lou, what you think about this, bro?
I'm excited. I can't wait. I'm with Rich. I don't think the head sculpt looks bad at all. John Cena, yeah, it's the running gag. Everybody is saying it, for shits and giggles because we live in a meme culture. So everybody wants to make a meme out of everything. So if I say something, it becomes a meme today and tomorrow and moving forward. But this is awesome. I was actually looking at this Hasbro helmet of Bo-Katan, and I was showing my wife. I'm like, you could do Casca Reeves, right? She like, who's that? Remember the one that I kind of, convinced you so I could get in my collection because it looks like you kind of, and you like, oh yeah, that's right, that's right. So who's this one? I'm like, I'm gonna make you watch Mandalorian again. Don't ask me about no Star Wars. I told you not to watch it. But it's like the Ninja Turtles for me. You can't have one without the other. You need to get the full team. And I'm happy. I'm waiting for it to drop. Once it drops, I'm have my coupons ready. I'm gonna have my money ready, and I'm just gonna get that to add to Casca because Casca's already paid off. We don't talk about Bruno. She's paid off. So got her, but Axe Woes. Oh man, I was just disappointed he didn't come with the head sculpt, but I know why. He's just another repaint Boba Fett. So it's easy to push him out.
Yeah,
But her,
definitely. Unless they surprise us for some reason with the head sculpt, which I don't believe they will. It's definitely going to be an interesting scenario with her. I have her paid off already. She's been paid off now for about a year. Honestly. So it's been that long of a wait, for this piece. I know a lot of people are basically excited about it. I know I am. And I know it is highly anticipated for a lot of people, but we'll see. I am interested in seeing, what that final result is going to look like. Honestly, that is something that I want to see because, again, that's going to tell the story. That's going to tell this the tale of how if Dave evolved from the figure. I know that the likeness was there, but I know that some people actually had concerns about it. But I'm all in. I'm definitely all in.
The thing is, sorry, I didn't mean to talk you there. The thing is with the what's going to happen when third season comes out, there's going to be a massive conflict between her and Mando. So they're all going to vie for Mando. So they're going to go for it, aren't they? Obviously the dark saber, etc. So there's going to be a big battle there. If anybody hasn't got it yet and they really want to, might be a slight inkling to what they want, they need to get it ASAP because what's going to happen is she's going to go waitlist the moment that second trailer comes out. 100%.
Yeah, definitely. Real quick on to something else. We're going to slide in here, while we're talking about this figure. So there was also an update on a very controversial figure that I know when we have this conversation, it's going to be another we don't talk about Bruno moment. But there was a update on the Black Adam figure. So this is the updated version where for the golden suit they've actually added a cape, an attachable cape to it. Looks like the armor. And I am honestly, I don't like it. I really don't like it because I don't want this cape attached to it. I like the other cape with the hood. This one, nah, man. Like, I hope this isn't how it's going to come. Like, I hope it's not going to be the way it is because I liked having it with just the hood version. So if this is what it's going to look like for the golden armor version, I may switch it to the other version just to get that hood because that was one of the most important factors to me was to have that hood. I don't like this cape if this is how it's going to be. Rich, your thoughts on this, man? Because I know you were thinking about picking this piece up.
Yeah, I was. I still am going to get it. I agree with you 100%. I didn't really like this look anyway. I preferred him the first one where he's got the dark armor, where he's got the hood on. I think that was badass. And I think it takes it away from his suit by putting the cape on. I don't know why that is, why I feel that way, but it's just, it just doesn't feel as, do you know what I mean? It doesn't as striking. I understand why they put it on, but just for me, I agree with you 100% on that, man.
Yeah, I'm definitely
Keep it without.
not with this piece, man. Like if this is how it's going to be, then I'm going to, definitely cancel. I'll just go for the other version. I didn't pre-order yet anyway. But I'm going to definitely go for the other version here. I know this isn't even something that Shane has to think about. Not even in his wheelhouse. He's
No,
like, so I'm not getting this shit anyway. So I don't
no.
really care. I
He's
mean,
like, how many?
like,
Pass.
okay, yes, the pass. I don't have to worry about it. Yo, Shane's back there. He's looking at all us playing like the silent violin.
Stroking a cat. It's all coming together.
It's all coming together.
As he takes a sip of his ale.
Yeah. What you think about this, Shane?
Okay. I just like to clarify something. I actually think the three figures are all fantastic looking. I think the head sculpt's great. I think all of the figures are fantastic. Like, I just didn't like the film.
Yeah. God.
Like, just in case I wasn't clear enough about that. So, but
You're
like,
certainly clear enough.
yeah. I just like to keep things black and white. You know what I mean? Just like straight down the line. But
Squeaky clean.
the figure, like I think it's a really strong head sculpt and all this. I know we're delving into the actual specific here. Just clarify: did he only have the hood when he wasn't fully charged up wearing the black suit? Would that be correct?
Well,
Yes, that's correct.
that's
No,
correct.
No, but he wore it at the end, right at the end when he was
The
all
hood.
fully. Oh, the hood, yeah, at the beginning, yeah.
He
that
only
the
had the
only one where
hood
it
when he
the
was
hood then.
first discovered.
Yeah.
Yes.
So see the way that's when that'd be the black suit with the darker
Yes.
pieces.
Yeah.
Now, as soon as he was fully charged up, did he ever have the hood again?
No.
No, he didn't. No.
Okay, that's fair enough. So, but like the one I actually would have gravitated towards the one when he wasn't fully charged up, and I don't know, because it just kind of screams kind of battle damage to me or whatever. Or he's kind of involved in the struggle. He's not fully there yet. Sometimes when things get a bit too polished, the only thing that should be called polished, let's be honest, is details. But like the only thing, when things get too polished and not raw, they kind of lose a bit of something. Like I'll give you a perfect example. I love the Matrix 1. I like the trench coat. The kind of like the SWAT suit and the kind of the harnesses for all the guns and stuff like that. But as soon as he got into like Priest Neo, I was like, maybe a bit too slick, like, you know what I mean?
Priest
but it was still
Neo.
cool.
I
It was
like
still
that.
cool.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? He kind of looked like a priest or something. But like, yeah. So I think this looks nice. But if the other one wasn't accurate, I can see why they did it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if you want the hood, basically you have to order the one with the non-charged up lightning bolt and the darker belts and gauntlets. Would that be fair?
That's right, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm
Right,
just
okay.
the thing is, like, when I look at this piece, I'm not looking for, honestly, and it's all fairness, it's just in my opinion, I'm not looking at it for screen accuracy. I'm looking at what I can actually pull off as a comic book version of the figure. And I don't remember, and maybe I have to go back and look at the film, but I do not remember him having a cape during this.
He had a cape
did.
right at the end. He had a
Was
cape
it
right
at
at
the
the end.
very
yeah.
end?
He did.
Once he destroyed the throne.
Once he
then
destroyed it.
he
had
was
it.
like, oh yeah, I've got to be the protector and all that kind of stuff, and that's when he. got the
Okay,
cape.
so I got to go
Well-
back and see that, but the cape, man, to me, it just takes me out slightly because and knowing even in the books itself, he's only had the hood temporarily. He doesn't have a hood or a cape, period, in the books. But
Yeah.
I mean, I understand that, for film etiquette and how they're actually doing it, to kind of just show or differentiate from the actual books. I see why they're doing it, but yeah, I just don't like that cape. That's just me. That's just my opinion. I
reckon
don't
this
like
is
the
a
cape.
perfect opportunity for you to prioritize your collection, Lael, because there is going to be a tsunami of figures. A tsunami. I think that's a very apt way of putting it. Of figures coming from Wakanda Forever. I do think there's going to be.
Oh yeah.
I do think there's going to be a few.
Yeah, definitely. There is, I definitely agree. And that's pretty much where I'm at. Where I'm not really these type of, no, I'm good. I'm good. I mean, once it drops, I know I'll get it. but that's down the line. Not something that I'm going to pre-order, but I mean, again, this particular version with the cape, yeah, I'm just not, for me, particularly, I'm not there. Local, what did you think? Is this something that you're going to pick up, bro?
Yeah, I was gonna pick up both of them regardless, and the fact that they actually gave us the cape, it was like, ooh, they gave us screen accurate, and then they're trying to give us screen accurate stuff purposefully because of what's been going on with the six scale community, six scale competition, so to speak, and how bad is it that they'll give us something that's not screen accurate and we hold it against them? Remember, it's a double-edged sword over here as collectors. You can't make everybody happy,
Yeah.
but as far as like the figure's concerned, the figure like having it like this is accurate to where he was in the film. I wouldn't be surprised if they make the cape optional, like removable. Because if it was
Mhm.
removable, you could take the cape from the first one and put it on this one, right?
Yeah.
But it doesn't look like it. But to me, from what I've seen in this image, it looks like the cape was photoshopped in. That's what it looks
Okay.
like to me. But I am gonna get this. I know what you were talking about as far as comic book accuracy. The black suit or the one that's not gold, that one right there is reminiscent of the New 52 look,
Mhm,
where he
mhm,
comes in with the hood, he fries everybody.
mhm,
That's him, very brutish and dark, mysterious until he takes it off.
mhm.
Then the classics, we're gonna go classics. He never had a cape, never,
Never,
ever, ever,
never,
ever, 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 ever. But I
never.
know why they gave us the cape because it's to give him that opposite of
To give him
suit.
the
That
mystery, it shrouded in mystery a
yeah,
tad bit of who he was in the very beginning. And I like that they did that. And I like that the cape was battle damaged. You know what I mean? Like I
yeah,
love that it was frayed. And I think that's what it is. That's my point. Is the cape itself with the hood was more frayed. It was more. That's just like my same argument with Kylo Ren, from Force Awakens. That's my favorite suit because of how frayed and how weathered that his suit looks, and it's mysterious. Whereas going into the Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker, he had that cape that was attached to it, and I hated it. Like I literally hated it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was definitely a difference in between. And that's like, even for this, I like the weathered battle damage look, but then this again, and it makes sense, I guess, for what they've shown, if it was accurate to the film,
Mm-hmm.
that they would give us a clean look with the cape. So I guess I get it. But if this is how this one's gonna look, it's definitely gonna be a pass for me. On that one, because I just don't like the cape. And I was sucking in on that with Kylo Ren. I won't go down that route with this one because I just don't like it. I don't
Fair
like the
enough.
way it looks. So
Well, it's a DX. Not to dwell on it too much, but this one's a DX, isn't it? So maybe it's giving you a few options to take certain things on and off. So maybe
I
that's
hope.
the reason why.
yeah.
Yeah.
I hope so. I really, really hope so, because I definitely want something different. You know what I mean? I don't want
Fair
the
enough.
same look. I definitely don't want that same look. But we're
If
gonna
there
take
was a
a
way, if there
yeah.
was a way that they could, like, they've already marketed it with the hood.
Mm-hmm.
Some people have already placed the order because of the hood. So
Yeah.
if there was a way that they could just do both, that they could attach the cape, like make it look nice, and also have
Yeah.
the hooded version as well. And let's be honest, like, they're doing some silly things lately. Well, not silly, maybe strange things, like the stealth suit cap had the gauntlet, which wasn't screen accurate. The brand new Black Panther, which and I'm sure a lot of people are going to be ordering, has a shield and a spear. That's not screen accurate. You know what I mean? And didn't have a mask as well.
Yep.
Yeah, it
They
comes
had
with a
the
mask,
ceremony
the
mask.
ceremonial
So,
mask.
like,
That
Yeah.
you have, like, you can market that in different ways. You can go, that's my Civil War Black Panther, or that's
Yeah.
my Black Panther from the start of the movie, or my first appearance Black Panther first suit. Or
Yeah,
you could
yeah,
say,
yeah.
you can pose it up with the shield and the spear, even though it's not screen accurate. And that's the way I think I'm going to do it. But my point is that they're kind of doing things which aren't really screen accurate, so that would keep a lot of people happy. But nah, I won't hold my breath.
You're right. You're absolutely right. We'll see. If they gave us both versions, especially for people who wanted that version specifically for that weather cape look, that would definitely be a plus. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Um, Next up, I wanted to kind of again dive into this figure because I know we talked about it on the corner last Thursday. Blue, I didn't really get your thoughts on it, so I'm gonna go with you in a minute. But yeah, me after seeing the film, man, it was a no-brainer. I needed this suit. Me personally, like I'll say that loved the film. I loved it because of the honest commitment to paying homage to Chadwick. Also, I loved Shuri's story. I love the emotion that she gave to it. I think Letitia Wright did a bang up job. I think that
100%.
definitely she did a bang up job. I think, come on, man, like the entire cast killed it. In my opinion, they did such a great job. So I loved it. And this figure for me was a no brainer. Saw it, I was like, okay, bing, check off. I had it. I had to get it. And I love just the aesthetics. I love aesthetically how it looks. I love the pattern of the suit. Again, I love that it does come with that spear, the gauntlets that actually come with it. Everything about this suit I like. And we talked about this. I love the feminine aspect that it gives it, that more feline cat feminine look. This is how I would definitely want a Panther to look, and I think that they killed it with this. Yeah, Loco, is this something that after seeing the film you're like, yeah, I'm all in for it? What you think, bro?
Oh yeah, I was showing this to my wife after the film, and she was like, "Oh, that looks really nice," because she was talking about cosplaying as this character, and I'm like, "Yeah, you can do it, but in the meantime, look at this hot toy. I'm getting it. I'm
Yeah.
getting it. I'm getting it." And she gave me the
Yeah.
look like, "You got too much stuff." I'm like, "Never enough stuff. You're a collector. That's what you do. You
Hmm.
collect. You
Hmm.
collect. You buy what you want, and if you can get things on clearance, you can." This right here, I am definitely going to get. I'm not going to pull the trigger to actually purchase it right away. I'm
Yeah.
going to fall back and wait a little bit because I already have enough on my plate
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
now. So I'm trying to situate everything, but this one's in my cart, ready to go. And I love the way the costume looks. It has that, gold and silver brought to it. A nice
Yeah.
combo. I love the tiara kind of crest on her head. That
Hmm.
looks so prominent as a female. Like I could still look beautiful and be fierce at the same time.
Hmm.
But what gets me with this suit though is the shoulder pads and the way it's designed.
Hmm.
You're gonna have some limitations. It may fall along the same lines as the Spider-Man 2099 in the abdomen area. If you crunch
Hmm.
it too far or you push it too far against its frame, its shell, it's going to crack. So this is something that you want to be very careful when posing this suit because a lot of the extremities is a part of the suit that's glued onto the suit.
Hmm.
I really do hope that they do not mess with it and give us a very clean representation on in our hands, basically. Because
Yeah.
I could see possibly this suit having some QC issues just based on how intricate the design is. You have a couple of people who send some stuff back due to the fact that things are not glued properly for
Hmm.
something that sticks out like the 2099 suit. But this right here is so beautiful. I can't wait to get it.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
again, I'm waiting.
But and I will say, that based off a conversation, somebody on the panel was absolutely right about what's going to happen in this film and where this suit might be influenced. I'll just keep it at that.
Yep.
I'll just keep it right there at that. I'm not going to say too much, but
Mhm.
someone let's point out that that someone was right. Oh, let me hold on. Let me take this down real quick. Let me take this. Someone was right.
Mhm.
There you go.
Someone was right about where this was going to come. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Where this was going to
Mhm.
go. So I'll just leave it at that, and
Thank you.
we won't really dive too far into it as
Mm.
where it.
Mhm.
Yeah, but it is another fucking reason why I'm getting this suit is
Mm.
because the scene was powerful. Probably the most powerful scene in the film. Literally.
Insanely good.
It was
Insanely good.
insanely good. And I'm so happy
Mhm.
about that. But yes,
Yeah.
but let me go to Shane. Shane, after seeing the film, because I know that you said that your it's going to depend on the film for you whether or not this is a figure that you're going to pick up. Now, I look, that's something you said. You did say that it's going to depend on, like, you wanted to see the film first, and that is the deciding factor for you. Shane, after you have seen the film and you've digested it all, is this a figure that you are going to pick up and add to your collection?
I'm looking at Lou. And Lou's about 2 seconds away to take the popcorn out. He's just like, watch focus rain on everyone's parade. I feel if I say I'm going to get the figure, everyone in the chat knows it's a good film. Feel if I say, I'm not going to get the figure, I'd be like, oh. Yeah, it is something I'm interested in. I'm bursting at the seams to talk about this film, to be honest with you. I'm absolutely bursting
on Tuesday.
to talk about the film. Yeah.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
So I'm not going to do anything. I'm not that guy. I think, yeah, it's something I'm interested in. It is something I'm interested in.
Okay.
I'll worry about it in a year's time when it's time to stick it on a payment plan or whatever. Yeah, there's not too much I can really add that anyone else hasn't already said. I think this figure is one of those figures that actually looks better in figure form than it does on screen. I'll elaborate on that a bit more in Film Club on Tuesday and reviews at Rich at 9:00 Greenwich Mean Time.
Thank you very much.
I don't want to elaborate it because I don't want to spoil anyone's. I just don't want to spoil anything, but yeah, it isn't. I said it last week that I do think this is probably the best looking, in my opinion, Black Panther figure or suit, whatever. In my opinion, yeah, it's not beef or anything, but it does kind of look a bit more feline, a bit more Panther-esque kind of physique because it's leaner. There's nothing I can really add that I haven't said already. I like the gold, I like the silver, the little details. I will say one thing though, because I'm bursting to talk about the film. I want to compliment the film and talk about the good things, because like, you know, it's a film. I said it for weeks. If you go back over these Collectors Lounge streams, I said it on a regular basis. There's a lot of pressure on this movie. But how do I put it? Letitia Wright, the first time I saw her was not on Black Panther. The first time I saw her was on which would I regard one of the best, if not the best show on Netflix, Black Mirror.
Yeah.
If you haven't watched, have you watched Black Mirror, Leo?
Yes, I have.
Rich?
Yes, I have.
Very briefly.
Yes, I have.
1 or 2 episodes.
Oh
That
my
episode
God.
was phenomenal.
Loco?
Yep.
Now-
I'm a Netflix buff, bro.
Man, Black Mirror is just, it's so messed up and unique and cynical, and I love every single bit of it. But there's an episode with Letitia Wright in it.
Yep.
And I remember watching it, and like, in fairness, there's very few episodes of Black Mirror that I thought were bad. I think I liked them all, you know what I mean? But like this one particular episode I really liked, and I remember her going, I didn't have a clue who she was, and I went, she's going places. And the standard of the acting, one scene in particular, I just was, and it's not the scene you're talking about, guys. It's a different scene. It involves Angela Bassett, but yeah. Also, can we just pause for Angela Bassett's traps? Wow.
Yeah, she's in shape.
Wow.
She does not miss arm day, bro. I'm telling you, bro.
I mean,
my wife was like, I need those arms.
Like when someone, it doesn't matter on their age or gender or whatever, when someone puts the effort into getting that like peak condition, like Beskar Kid, you know, you have to admire it. Right?
Beskar Kid, leg day, all day, every day.
All day, leg day.
Angela Bassett, like, she's not in her 20s or 30s.
60s.
My God.
She's amazing.
Like,
amazing.
the definition.
Yeah.
Like, traps for days, man. Amazing. Like, hats off to the dedication that someone puts into that and the discipline. I just really appreciate that. But
Yes.
I'm bursting to seams to talk about the film. But yeah, in summary, I want this. It will be mine. Oh, yes. it will be mine. And it's a female character as well, because I have no female characters. I'm waiting on a few.
Yeah, definitely,
Okay.
definitely. So I cannot wait for Tuesday's conversation now.
Yes.
I really, really cannot wait for Tuesday's conversation. Matter of fact, Rich, he has to go first. He has to go first.
Yes.
We gotta let him go
100%.
first.
Yeah,
Because I
he's
can't
like, yeah.
wait. I can't wait to
Steam.
hear it.
And now I just want to manage expectations. The best thing that I saw last week was actually still Andor episode 10. I have to say that's still.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
But
Yeah.
I have lots of positive things to say about
Yeah.
it.
Stellan Skarsgård
Not all
speech
positive,
is
but I
one
have a
of
lot
the
of
best I've ever
positive
seen.
things to say about
Yeah.
Black Widow.
Yeah.
Black
Yeah.
Panther,
Black
sorry,
Panther.
not Black Widow.
Black Panther, definitely. Feezy Figure says Angela was jacked. Lumi says, "Focus, watch. What's love got to do with it?"
I'm just
Oh, yeah.
replying to her here.
Oh,
You
my
know,
God.
Yeah, I keep saying it's amazing. Yeah.
Definitely amazing. Loco.
Yeah.
We already talked. You already said this is something that you're picking up. So we already.
Oh yeah.
It's a
I'm
no-brainer.
gonna get it. This is a no-brainer. It's just a matter of fitting it in the collection at
Yeah.
the appropriate time with everything else
Gotcha.
I got. Because it's something that I'm gonna be watching, waiting,
Mhm,
and I'm
mhm.
probably gonna do my blue screen wait on this one. I'm just gonna be watching this every single
Oh,
day just
hell
to keep
no.
an eye on it.
Hell
Yeah,
no.
I'm running the risk. I'm running the risk, and the only reason why I'm running
Hell
the
no.
risk
I
is
had to get
because
this real quick. I couldn't
I'm
help it.
running the risk. I'm running the risk because I
Man,
dove into
yeah.
Star Wars because of y'all. Y'all guys got me into Star Wars now,
Yeah.
so I'm over here
But
piggybacking. You know what I mean?
I will say this. Hot Toys, I'm looking at you.
Oh,
If you fuckers do not give us a Namor, he was the fucking
oh,
beast. And
The
I
best.
needed to see that.
best. Yeah.
He was the
Utukan!
fucking beast in this film. And they held nothing back when it came to that. And I love it. He was a beast. There were scenes that I looked at and I was like, yo, this is reminiscence. I am so happy that they did what they did. He's a beast. Give us a name, more seamless body. Come on, we need it. But yes, Rich, are you picking this up, bro?
Yeah, well, we spoke about this on Rise and Chai, and I hadn't seen the film by this point. I said I can't say anything what I was going to say because we talked about before. I picked up a figure on Friday for an amazing deal, and this will look fantastic with it.
Yes,
But I'm not saying
yeah.
anything about it because of spoilers.
This
So-
will look good with the
but-
Neon Tech Iron Man.
What?
This will look good
The
with the Neon Tech
mouthwash
Iron
one,
Man. Yeah.
the one your favorite Iron Man, the mouthwash one, and yeah, that's the one. But yeah, so the one I've got will go really well with this. I love the film. I have my little bits here and there I want to talk about on Tuesday. But this is fantastic. I think it's striking with what you said actually, Shane. There's one scene where that person has the mask off and they're stood on this platform and you can see the intricacies within the suit. I was like, if they do anything close to that at Hot Toys for this, I'll be happy because it's so beautiful how it's structured and how the material looks and everything and how the light hits it. I like this a lot. We spoke about it on Rise and Chai. We said about the feminine and the feline element to it, which looks spot on. I love it. And I'm hoping they do a few more characters from this because we need some more.
Oh, hell yes.
We need an Umbaku.
We need an Umbaku.
Kukulkan. Serpent. God. With me.
Just because we're in the mountains doesn't mean we don't have books.
Yeah. He's got the best lines. He's got the best lines. You bald-headed demon.
You're bald-headed demon.
Yes, you
Bald-headed demon.
I laughed out loud when he said
yeah. Fishman.
Yeah, that was so quick. That's
I'm taking this. Yeah.
Anyway, it was incredible, man. But yes, this figure I will definitely have in my collection. Any more that they basically give us, I will have. I cannot wait. I still need. I'm sorry, but I still need Okoye, but I need the Okoye armor. I need her in her armor. I definitely need that because that figure Definitely we need that. I mean, I'm not talking to. We'll talk more in detail
We'll
later
talk
on.
later.
I
but
know
the,
exactly what you
the
were
first
saying, and
suit
you were
is-
right. You don't have to finish that sentence.
Yeah,
You want the kind of
the traditional.
Okoye.
Yeah.
No, Lou. You're not dealing with an amateur here. Relax, right?
Yeah.
Right? You're not dealing with an amateur here, right? It's not my first day. You want the same Okoye that we've seen in the Dora Milaje from day one.
I want the Dora
exactly.
Milaje Okoye. That's the one that I want, and I need
the original bald-headed demon.
yes, the bald-headed demon. That's the one.
The
Bald-headed demon.
demon.
So yes, that's the one that I want. I can't wait to get. Anyway, yeah, everybody out there, let us know what you thought. If you're going to actually get this figure, don't spoil it for anybody in the chat because there are people out there that actually haven't seen it. Queen, yes, I agree with you, Luminar. If they give us a Queen Ramonda hot toy figure, it's all day, every day. I will get that figure. Definitely.
Wait, but which outfit? Which outfit?
Bro.
Dude, all her outfits are
fire. All of them. Definitely.
I think my favorite is when she's in the I think the United Nations. That's my
favorite. Yeah. That's my favorite scene.
And I'm leaving. I'm gonna leave it at that.
We'll leave it there. That's my favorite scene. But we'll definitely leave it there because we don't want to jump in. And somebody else agrees because they even put this picture down here on Facebook. So we'll definitely see that. But anyway, tell us what you actually think. And one more thing I want to jump into before I turn this over to Rich, because I'm definitely I want to hear what he has to actually he has to say today. But I want to get, because I didn't talk to this is something that not even a figure itself, but this is something that I wanted to kind of go into because I think it needs to be addressed. And for people, who, if you don't already know, if you've been hiding under a rock, we need to address this because, again, I want to give my condolences definitely to the family of Kevin. I mean, come on, man. Like, this guy, if he is the epitome of Batman, like literally. Batman animated series is some of the best I have ever seen on television. That animated series is incredible. If you haven't seen it, you can still watch it. But Kevin Conroy, come on, man. Like, literally, he's an amazing pillar in the community, always has been, and will continue to be, So, again, he is a staple when it comes to Batman. His voiceover for Batman, didn't know myself that he was battling with cancer for a while. I had no idea, but I mean, again, shout out to Kevin Conroy for everything that you've done and you've continued to do in the community. Rich, what were you going to say, man?
I was going to say he was the voice of a generation for a lot of people, not only within the Batman animated series, but a lot of the animated films, including the Arkham games. So he was the voice in the Arkham games. So every time you're playing that was Kevin Conroy's voice.
Yes.
He was. So he really struggled in Hollywood because he was openly gay, and he couldn't get any work and stuff like this, and he had the meetings because he had such a fantastic voice. He took the opportunity to have a meeting with them at Warner Brothers to talk about this role, and he knew how to play him so well because he knew the dual identity of Bruce and Batman. And that's how he played it. He played it because that's how he was so used to being in his life. And I think that's just an amazing little story there. That's just kind of like, and how he was so embraced within the community, how nice he was. He was like a brother to Mark Hamill, because Mark Hamill played Joker. They were very, very close, and it was really sad when that happened. You saw a lot of the outpouring. I put a post on this as I saw it. I was like, oh my God, I hope this is not true. He's never looked massively well, but he's just been really lean. I just assumed he was just really lean all the time. But he had done a lot for the community, done a lot for Batman fans and stuff, and he was always really nice to the fans. He did a lot of work for charity and stuff as well. So I got a lot of respect for that. And his memory will be. His legacy will be remembered a lot with the work he did within those shows as well. And obviously like Justice League Unlimited and all those kind of shows as well that he did. There's a particular one which is, if anybody hasn't seen it yet, where he sits with Ace. I don't know if you've ever seen it in the animated series, or it was Justice League Unlimited, where there's a supervillain who is dying, and it's a form of a girl. If anybody hasn't seen it, I would encourage you to watch it. And it's really powerful and it shows the real compassion that Batman has and how it was so well played in that show. Thoroughly recommend it. So I'll shut up now, but I just wanted to go and say that.
No, thank you for that, bro. I mean, Kevin Conroy was definitely a pillar, and I remember, everything that you said. I mean, about him being openly gay and how at first he wasn't accepted. There were certain roles that he was turned away from. Certain people, talked about it. How they felt as though that he even, didn't get a fair shake even before, even with the portrayal of Batman before, because it was him and there were two other voiceovers and they were considering the other two voiceovers before they gave it to him. And there was an outpouring of support, for him because of how he tested well for the figure. I mean, for the character itself. So again, definitely, his art, his work, both in the animated and video game experience was incredible. What do you think, Loco? Did you follow his career, man, like a lot, man?
Oh my God! Listen, me and my father as a kid, me and my father, we would always watch Batman. We were more excited for Batman than we were for the X-Men cartoons to watch. So it was Spider-Man, X-Men, and when we got to watch Batman, it went from noisy in the house to silence because you had to hear everything. You heard the music, you heard the tone, you heard it in the voice. I am the darkness. I am the night. I am Batman. That just sends chills down your spine every time you hear that. And, you can't get no better than, Kevin. Kevin was the man. Like when you think of Batman, you think of everyone else who's portrayed him physically. Even he had an opportunity to do so, but not in full costume, obviously, but also the voice. When we talk about Joker, we talk about everybody, you can't get the voice actors out of there either because they're the ones who cemented those characters through our childhood. So, Saturday morning cartoons, after school, you saw it and you heard it. And those voices are so recognizable when you're playing the Arkham games as well. So, RIP to Kevin. RIP to Kevin. It's a tragic loss.
Yeah.
It's a tragic loss.
Yeah, it's definitely a tragic loss. And shout out to him for, everything that he's actually brought in, to, just being, or giving us such a masterful performance. His voice, I mean, come on, man, like he can't be replaced. Shane, what did you think about his career? And again, it's a loss. It's definitely a loss in the community going forward. But he did have an amazing career. What do you think, bro?
Yeah, rest in peace. There are many people who, when the conversation comes up, the one that there's no actual right answer to, who's the best Batman, his name is always thrown in the mix, and people are quite passionate about it. The only thing that I knew him from really is the Batman, the animated series, which I would have watched maybe like primary school when I was 10, in the kind of that far back. But even then, among like the 80s and 90s, like had really, really good cartoons. Probably arguably some of the best, the Transformers, the Turtles, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
The animated series, it was the exaggerations in proportions and the darkness in it, which I loved. Like if you look at Batman, like he's so top heavy in the skinnier legs, and even the way like his the cape wrapped around him in a certain way, which is always exaggerated, or the length of the Batmobile, the Batmobile, the front of it was so exaggerated, and he was like in the back, and I loved all that, purposely exaggerating things, and yeah, I remember the voice quite clearly. So that's the only thing really that the only media I would have consumed, where he was involved in he did the voice of. I didn't play the games or anything like that, but yeah, rest in peace. It's
Definitely
part of the community gone.
Definitely, man. And I know the community shares in that. So rest in peace. Kevin, all that you've actually given us throughout the years. And definitely you'll never be replaced and you'll always be missed. So again, shout out to him and his family. And our condolences definitely from the Collectors Lounge family. It's definitely with you guys. And yeah, did want to kind of put that out there real quick. But also before we, jump over, I wanted to ask Lou about one particular figure, and not that one, because definitely if we get that one, I would definitely get
That would
that
be
one.
amazing.
Crouching
Yeah.
Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Don't get me started.
That
man.
would that's for Shang-Chi. But so I want to pull this up as soon as I find it here, Lou, because I didn't really get a chance to ask you, where is it something that you're picking up? Are you picking up this Rogue? Is it something that you're going to add to your collection?
If I could find her, maybe, because that granny smile does not do it for me, but the stoic, stern look does it for me.
Yeah.
Because she looked like she aged like 2 decades just with that one smile. But other than that, though, the suit looks amazing. The figure itself, like her figure, looks dope.
Mhm.
And it's a great companion piece with the So Gambit because,
Mhm.
dude, that it looks great. It's like they got the comic book accuracy down to a T,
Yeah.
and they put in Sideshow to shame, for the most part when it comes to their X-Men figures. You could
Yeah.
see it with the detail
Mhm.
just on the head sculpt alone for
Mhm.
Gambit. So,
Yeah.
and they're just beating them to the punch, with this. And oh my God, man! Like one of my favorite characters in Marvel vs. Capcom. One of my favorite characters in the X-Men. A woman so beautiful that you can't touch. That
Yeah.
is awesome. And then on top of that, she'll smack you with her glove, and you'll never see it coming. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
one of those. It's
That
just one
sounds
of
that
those.
sounds like a bachelor party, that doesn't it?
Hey, shh, we don't talk about the party. We never talk about the party. but but all in all, like from her boots to the jacket, and which worries me because the pleather. You know, I don't have any issues thus far with my Dark Spider, the Spider-Man Noir. But longevity. Just gotta make sure that if you're posing her and you're taking care of the jacket, just make
Yeah.
sure you keep an eye out for that because pleather doesn't fare well, but it still looks amazing. The portion of the belts, the X's on the outfit and the jacket,
Mhm.
it just looks awesome. Awesome. I can't wait to
Definitely,
see what
man.
they come out with next. I can't wait.
Yeah, I know Lumi's out there. She's talking about we need a storm, and I think that we're going to get that eventually. I really do. I think that we're, because the thing is, like, this thing sold out in a day, like literally almost in a day that this piece was gone. And I know that a lot of people were looking for it. I actually managed to secure it through 16 what is it?
Okay.
Yeah, 16 kit. So I basically got it through them. So I'm definitely excited to have this piece in my collection. So I don't know. We already talked about this in form on Thursday during the corner. So won't really dive too much in. I just want to find out what you thought about it. I know I got it and it's supposed to come in, I guess, next month. So we'll see how that happens. But everybody out there, let us know. Now we're going to jump into a segment here. Jump into my bro segment. We're going to jump into this segment here because, like I said, it's going to be interesting. And we talk about our collection. We talk about the things that we love about our collection and what brings us joy outside of all the politics. We want to kind of get back to what brings us joy about collecting, the interest in actually having it. And Rich, I asked Rich to put something together and really kind of go in on this and talk about it. So Rich, thank you for doing this, man. I'm gonna bring this up here for you real quick so we can go through some things with you, man. So I appreciate it. Thank you very much, bro.
Oh, thank you again for asking me to do this. I know it was a pleasure being on here. So I wanted to do something where it's kind of the thing I've noticed in the years I've been collecting is the love of collecting and the love of the community, but also the toxicity. I don't like getting involved with stuff like that. I just do it for the love. I do it for the love of you guys, everyone in the chat, and everyone's been so wonderful to me. And why we do this and why we collect in the first place. Before I do that, I want to talk about the 5 lessons I've learned in collecting, and it's hopefully there's some little anecdotes just to help people out if they're just starting off this journey, or if they want to check themselves, because sometimes we need to have a little MOT. I'm probably not going to do as good as what Shane did last week, but I'll give it a red hot go. So I said 5 lessons I've learned. Enjoy the art of collecting, embracing nostalgia. So next slide. My 5 lessons: the plan. You can't collect everything. Hype. It's your money, no one else's. Collect what you love. And here we go. Famous scene. Do I really look like I've got a plan? Well, because obviously we think we start the year with a plan. I'm going to have this amount of money. I'm going to use this amount when I'm spending on collectibles, and then suddenly an in-art comes, or a Prime One Studio comes out with a badass 3rd scale, or a Hot Toys suddenly come out with something. It's like, oh my God. And it just messes it all up completely. What I tend to do is think, okay, what have I got in my space? And when I've got the space, I only got so much. I've got a 3-year-old daughter and a wife, so I've only got a certain amount. And for me, I have to be very careful with what I buy, but at the same time, I get my head turned quite a lot with deals. So I just get them in. Sometimes I'm like, okay, what the hell am I going to do with this now? But we're all guilty for that. So having a plan is ideal to have, but at the same time, I know how unrealistic it can be sometimes. Now, you can't collect everything. Marvel, DC, and Star Wars. If you were to collect every single thing on this, you'd be screwed. You would not be Scrooge McDuck. You would be screwed. And you can't. You have to be thoughtful as to what you're going to do from this point onwards with your collection. For me, I love my DC. However, I love Marvel and Star Wars, but I know going in, I only have so much money. So I'm going to have to go and say, what do I love? And that's the thing for me, is what I've realized I've done of late as well, is the amount of deals that are out there is to focus on what I love rather than what looks cool. I bought Iron Patriot recently for so cheap. I know I'm going to love him when it gets in. Focus. So, getting him in, is he going to fit on my shelf? Yeah, he's going to look great with all the other ones. But if I was to buy Rescue, for example, I don't love her, but it was a perfect deal. So I'm like, okay, I need to be more focused. Focus watch. So don't believe the hype. Blue screen, YouTubers, and deals. What I've learned in this is that in the community, we are very reactive. And we see, for example, Black Panther, there's quite a few things that are coming out from this. Obviously, there's going to be more and more figures. But the lead up to this, quite a few of the figures were quite cheap and were going for really cheap. The moment a film comes out, for example, the Into the Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse is coming out in a few months' time. There's going to be Spider-Punk. That is going to shoot up in value because someone's being cast as that and he's going to appear. So everyone's going to react. Oh, somebody want this, in need of this, etc., etc. They get caught up in the hype and they're very reactive. And sometimes you got to check yourself and go, okay, am I getting this because he's on screen and I like him, or is it because I really want them? Blue screen. We see this all the time. Playing the blue screen Russian roulette of waiting, not really getting it, and then blue screen, damn, I'm going to go and press pre-order or buy. Do you want it in the first place? Because if you wanted it in the first place, then you should have bought it, in theory. I know not everyone's got money and stuff like that. I get that. But at the same time, you need
exactly.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, okay, do you really need it? If not, then check yourself. YouTubers. I'm a YouTuber-ish. I'm very early on in my career with this, but I have followed a number of people, and it's very easy to get caught up in the hype. If a particular person is very Star Wars leaning, for example, Jeddah, he loves his troopers, he loves his Clone Wars and all this kind of stuff like this. And because of how passionate he was on that, I was like, oh, do I need some Clone Wars 5.0 first? No. But at the time, I really got caught up in it. And sometimes it's really difficult to kind of go, okay, what's in my lane? What do I want? And exactly the same for deals as well. Getting caught up in deals. pop culture killing deals at the minute. Obviously, we get these regular daily deals on Sideshow at the moment, knowing when we click that button and when to pay retail and when to wait for a bit as well. So it's your money. So Shane calls me Del Boy because I've always been...
Love it.
I tried to put my face on that picture and then you down at the bottom left, but I wasn't very good at having enough time, so I couldn't do it. So it's your money end of the day. You do with it as much as you want. If you want to spend it on something that's very unpopular, it's not about anybody else, it's for you. So before you click order, look for deals every time. Like Shane said last week, use the focus method and going out there looking at all the different avenues of where you can get it from. Don't be afraid to buy secondhand. I have bought stuff secondhand and incomplete for an amazing deal because I wanted that character. I bought a Doctor Strange during the pandemic for ridiculously cheap, basically half price. He was missing a box. So I found a box elsewhere and paid £20 for it. And then I got a complete figure. And also the last part is it's not about impressing anybody. It's for you. You're doing this for you and your collection.
Perfectly said.
Yeah, and then so thank you. So and then I want you to collect what you love. You've got to collect what you love because this is about... You're going to look at this collection, and there's a thing that Shane asked at the end of when he interviewed me. And the focus episode was, will you be collecting in 5 years, 10 years, and so on? Yes. However, do you want to get those because at the time it was popular, and then a couple of years later, that particular character's gone out of favor, or you got too caught up in the hype? Because people get caught up in the hype a lot and just get it just for the sake. Cultivate, get it right. Make sure that you are doing the right thing for you and doing what you love, because you can look back on it and say, wow, I got this because it resonates with me.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's something like, say, Batman 1989 or a film that you love when you were little or when you were growing up and something really speaks to you, then try and focus on that more and really dig down as to why you got into this in the first place as well. I think that's important. So enjoy the art of collecting, appreciate what you have, because we don't know if we're going to be here tomorrow. Sounds morbid. I don't mean it to be, but it's true. Appreciate what you've got, not what you've not got.
Mm-hmm.
Look back of where you came from when you started collecting, no matter what it was sneakers, it was vinyl or whatever, and look what you've got now. I look at what my collection was when I first started collecting. I had loads of premium formats, or I had like little figures and stuff like this. And looking at what I've got now, I'm so proud of what I've got. And it's worth us doing that, because sometimes we're always, what's next? And going, okay, what's in the moment? What do we have right now? Can we be proud of what we've got? You should be, because not many people can afford to do this. And then the last one, what's the end game? So do you want a whole house full of collectibles? Probably not. If you've got a significant other or children, it's not very collecting friendly. Work with the space you've got. Look with an end game of, okay, you might have a studio, you might have a room where it's full of amazing collectibles, but it will come to a point where you might have to sell. And you have to see these things not as an investment piece, because they're not. They're pieces of your personality and pieces of the collectibles for you, and that represents you and your love for that IP. So don't overstretch yourself. Always check yourself. I don't mean to rhyme there anyway. But always look.
But it's
okay,
true.
It's true.
Is true.
This is true. Kukulkan. But yeah, it's about what you're going to do for yourself long term and what you're going to have at the end of it. So on the last point, thank you very much for your time and everyone being so lovely. And then check this out. Reviews with Rich. Please subscribe. On a Tuesday at 9 p.m. 9 p.m. we'll be doing Film Club. We'll be doing a spoiler-filled review, my friends, and we'll be talking about Wakanda Forever. So thank you very much again. There we go.
Thank you so much, bro. We definitely appreciate
stuff,
that, man. Good
Thank
stuff.
you.
Again,
solid logic.
Yeah,
Just
definitely solid
solid
logic.
logic.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
solid
Fact
logic, bro.
bombs by fact bombs by fact bombs. I'm telling you,
Oh,
facts all the
Because
way
we
around.
do,
thank
like,
you very
we
much.
have a tendency to kind of get caught up in,
Mhm.
and we
Every
say this often, like we
mm,
don't really, it. I always, when we say this, and I don't like just to kind of like just play the record on repeat, but we say that as content creators, we have a level of responsibility to pretty much let people know and to be as quiet, as honest as we possibly can. It's always good for me to say, look, I love this figure. You may not. It may not be something that you want in your collection, but it's something that basically works for me. Something that I have. Everything that I actually collect is something that I love. I don't collect something just because someone else says I should. If that was, I wouldn't have the stuff that I have right now. I wouldn't have if I went off that theory. So again, it's always good to really collect what it is that you love, what's more personal for you. Lou, I look at your collection all the time and I see stuff that you have in here that a lot of people may not have, but it's more customized towards your lifestyle, which you
Mhm.
love, what works better for you. I mean, I don't, you have, you have a love, an undying love for turtles that I don't think half of us on this panel basically has. But I'm very envious of your collection when I look at it because it is meticulous towards what it is that you basically love. And I love the simple fact that you're sticking within your wheelhouse. A lot of people aren't. Um, you know, um,
Yeah.
they're not really into that. They're not really looking at it that way. So when
Well,
I look at it, like, what do you think, bro?
well, that's thank you. I appreciate the kind words. Well, that goes towards knowing yourself. You know what yourself, you know what you like, and it's okay to have um wants and desires, but that's a part of the whole collective of being, in this community. You can love someone's and appreciate someone's collection from afar, not
Hmm.
necessarily, mess around with your space unless you felt the need to rotate your collection. For some of us who have a small finite space that we could dedicate to our collection, which is a wall, a cabinet, a couple of shelving units, maybe a one-off shelf, you would want to make sure that it identifies with you and more so than anybody else. It's your fingerprint of what you enjoy. So for you, it's definitely like the way you said it with the Ninja Turtles. It's damn near the same with you when it comes to Star Wars. You
Hmm.
get what I'm saying? It's the same with Batman with Rich. It's the same with all the dirty battle damage stuff with Mr. Clean over here. So you know, you stay focused. Hashtag focus watch. Um, on what you identify with.
I see the
You get what I'm
kids in the
saying?
street with not enough to eat. Who am I to be blind, pretending not to see them weep? A broken
Perfect.
bottle top. Sorry, I was
Yo,
warming up all
just the
evening.
one love
Yeah,
game, just one shit.
yeah, yeah. If you want more lines, drop those super chats. It's for charity.
Yes, yes.
ooh, there you go.
Yes, it is.
So,
Yes, it is.
so with that in closing, know yourself. Like me and Lael, Spider-Man buffs, love Spider-Man. You know what I
Mhm,
mean? We love
mhm.
Spider-Man, but know what you love, what you truly are passionate about, and you can have a beautiful collection that you could be like, oh yeah, I did it. I finally did it. Like I do with my turtles, like Leo does with Star Wars,
Mhm.
and what we do with Spider-Man, or the standout pieces like the battle damage, weathered and standout, figures. Just enjoy what you have. Enjoy what you have.
Definitely, man.
Absolutely.
Appreciate that. Shane, and looking at you, bro, like again, it looks like, and we joke about how clean your collection is pretty much all day, but at the same time when I look, it is things that are very personal to you, personal to your lifestyle, things that you like. You decide that when you go to Star Wars and you're collecting Star Wars figures, majority of it is going to be OT figures, things that were from the original trilogy, pieces that again, we're always going to be envious about that RoboCop in the chair, man, because again, where you found it, decent piece. But it's everything speaks towards the personality. It speaks towards what it is that you love, and you're unwavering when it comes to that. And that's highly appreciative because again, you don't for us, we talk. It's like we have to practice what we preach, bro. If I purchase a figure that I really don't want, but I'm selling that figure on the surface to everyone else, that's a disservice because I don't believe in it. You know what I mean? If I don't believe in it, how can I make you believe in something? Why would I even try to make you to believe in something that really isn't, accustomed to you? So I do like the simple fact that you do it. It's solid philosophy to follow. You've been following this basically since I met you day one. And continue to do it.
I appreciate
That's
that, man.
why these things kind of go hand in hand. Your conversation that we had last week, then again with Rich, it kind of embodies the whole collecting experience that we collect because, again, there are pieces that speak to us in our identity, the nostalgia of what we've seen, experienced, and we love these pieces. Not that I'm going to tell you to go out here and buy a $12,000 or a $1,200 Hulkbuster that I don't even have in my collection because I didn't want it. I'm not going to tell you to do that. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, you've been doing this now. You've been speaking in these terms for so long, and continue to do so. It's a level of restraint that you basically have. So,
Well, first of all, thank you, and thanks to Rich. I think myself and Rich, what we're saying really is it's not too far off. They're two sides of the same coin, really. They're kind of in harmony with each other. Like, there's nothing he would say that I'd be like, no, I disagree with that. It's absolutely right. It's sound logic, and like the way a lot of times on my channel I try not to go, you should do this, you should do that, and I don't think any of us really do, but like the putting it across, going, this is what works for me and this is what I'm sticking to, it's just because I know that they're very expensive and sustainability is so important, and if you're getting everything, you're going to crash and burn. Let's be honest, like, you're going to end up reselling stuff, and like, whereas if you're going to be a bit more particular, you'll be kind of going, okay, I want that piece, I know they're long term, you're not going to get it right all the time. But I mean, for example, like, my reviews are notoriously biased because I only review figures that
you've already got
that I'm getting. You know what I mean? It's like I've said it multiple times before. I've been really, really, like, I've basically been so honest and basically said, look, I have that, like, it's not really a deal, but it's a spoken word agreement with that Lion Rock that I'd be like, okay, look, I'm looking for this. I've sourced it. This is the cheapest price I can find it. Can you possibly, can you beat that? And if something, in fairness, most times they do. So therefore I'll be like, right, in return, I'll do a review for you. And I think that's fair because I'm doing a little bit of work, even though I enjoy it. And, they're getting a bit of promotion, and, in fairness, they're treating me right, and they're that's fine. But the downside is, like, okay, I always tell people, like, that's the story. So it's like, by the way, I love this figure. So my reviews are kind of naturally biased, like, because, I like them. But, like, well, not always. I have that Lando there today, but I love it now. But I do criticize the cape. The cape's tough work. I will tell you if something's not 100%, like, you know what I mean? Or even the cable figure, like, I know I can't pose it with the top off, and that's annoying, like, but it's still, with all the gear on, let's face it, that's the way you're going to pose it, in fairness, and it looks great. But my point I'm trying to make, which I eventually got to, is that if I was reviewing a figure going, this is great, this is the best thing since sliced bread, everyone should buy this, and then I'm selling it on, like, eBay or Instagram, like 10 minutes later, if it was so great, why am I selling it?
Why am I selling that figure? Yeah.
Different. It works different with different people, but that personally, this is the way I like to do things. I just like to speak about things I'm passionate about. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
But, like, it's
definitely. I think that's what it is, and that's always been my point. Like, I'm not gonna speak in terms to a figure and say, yo, I want you to, or I think you should purchase this, or this is something that I love. I'm selling, because you're selling a false narrative at that point. You know what I mean? In a sense. And on top of that, I'm not technically here to sell you anything because I can't tell you what to buy. I'm not in charge of your finances, how much. I can only tell you based off of what I love. And that's one of the reasons why, for me, I stepped away from just reviewing and just went in more towards posing, figures and stuff like that. Yeah, that cable figure, again, so glad I got it because it's an amazing piece to have in your collection. I definitely
poncho
love it.
is one of the coolest accessories.
Yeah,
like, like it sits really nice. Like,
it definitely does. It's definitely a good piece to actually have. But yeah, I mean, again, it's not everything is going to be for everybody in everybody's collection, but there will be things out there that kind of go hand in hand to what is whatever you're looking for. Finding the best deals. finding deals on certain figures that you want. I mean, it's taken me a while to get that Farm Boy Luke, but I finally think I found it with
Nice.
someone. Yeah, I think I found it, and I will actually get it eventually. But again, it's just all about the patience level. Finding the things that I want, that I'm more so, and that I, think that it contributes to everything that I actually have in my collection, and I just follow through with it and leave it at that, and just let everybody else decide on what they want to get and what works for them. You know what I mean? What I love isn't going to work for everybody. You know what I mean? And that's how I collect. I knew going into it that Captain Carter wasn't going to work for everybody. You know what I mean? It wasn't going to be a figure for everybody, because not everybody loves What If. For me, I love the show. Oh no, I love the animated series. I mean, I love What If books, comic books. I've collected them from day one. The latest run, though, especially the one they did with Miles, I did not like. I gotta admit that it was terrible. But other than that, I've loved what they've actually presented so far. So that's pretty much why I go deep into that. But Rich, yeah, thank you, man. Because again, when we
Thanks,
think
man.
about it, I see some of the things that you get, like when you're purchasing like your Batman statues, your premium formats and stuff like that, certain figures that you'll actually pick up. Even when you picked up the stealth suit Cap, I knew
Yeah.
you were passionate about getting that piece. It was something that you wanted to have in your collection. You know what I mean? And that's it. Like there's certain figures that I can pick out the barrel that I'm like, yo, I want, that I know a lot of people will not want, and they're not going to actually like. I'm going to pull up one right now that it's going to make people laugh, but I'm definitely serious about it. Like they think that I'm playing, but I actually want this figure. And I think somewhere down the line that Lou is slightly with me on this piece.
Let's
But
see.
I'm gonna
Let's see.
pull it.
Let's see.
I'm gonna pull it up real quick, and it's not. And I'm not getting. I don't. It's not for gags, and I don't want people to. It's not to make you laugh. It's the truth. I mean, I know that people are like always, saying a certain speech or what, when it comes to it, but
Mhm.
I want this figure. I literally want Morbius. I want this
Oh,
figure.
I'm with you.
I
I'm with you.
want this figure, and it's not for the movie. It's
No.
not for the movie. I just want representation of a Morbius character, something from the Spider-Man IP in my collection. I'm all in on it, and I want this figure, man. I think aesthetically it looks great. It looks
Oh,
really,
I'm
really
with you.
good with the bats, with the effects. I love everything that you can actually get from this piece, and I cannot wait till it drops. I'm definitely going to get it. So again, it's something that speaks towards my lifestyle, what I love. But you don't hear me sitting here telling you that it's something that you should get, because I'm not going to sell you that narrative. I'm
Yeah.
not, because I know that a lot of people didn't like the film. A lot of people may not like this figure, but I do. I do. I mean, to have it basically in the Spider-Man universe. I mean, to have both him and Spider-Man on top of an actual building, in the rain, just the aesthetics, how that would actually look. I need that. Like I definitely need that,
Yep.
Lou. Yeah.
Yo, I'm with you there, brother, because I actually had a chance to see Morbius at home with the wife, and we saw it, and it's not groundbreaking by any means. It did what it was supposed to do, and to me, it was just another vampire movie. You get what I'm saying? And I enjoy vampire movies. It's
Mm,
like I could watch that on Halloween and be like, "Yeah, I'm with it. I'm with it." But knowing that it ties into Spider-Man, whether it's very loosely or in a nice, pretty bow tie, it does not matter. For
mhm.
me, the figure speaks volumes as a
Yeah.
beautiful figure. It's a standout piece. Like if we take him, all right, let's be honest. When we look at Hot Toy figures and we see all, and I mean all that they've offered, right?
Mhm.
And we take away the price and we had it in hand, we could literally say, like, this is a beautiful piece, regardless of where it came from. Just like forget where it came from as a film, forget where the price is. Just put the toy in front of me and let me examine it. Is it a beautiful piece? Is it a horrific piece? Can you see this as a Dracula versus a Morbius in your collection? You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
he's just a monstrous vampire. But the fact that he's Morbius and the fact that we got a figure, period, basically a cinematic version of the
Mhm.
character, we could put him with our Tom Holland, our Toby. It doesn't matter. Just put him in there. You know, multiverse exists. We know this, and our imaginations could go, wherever we want with this if we're the individual buying this figure. Me, I am getting this figure. This is a no-brainer for me. I'm going to have my entire like cabinet Spider-Verse stuff, MCU stuff. That's my thing. That's my go-to. And being that this is a villain and a ally at times in the comics, you have to. And this is just opening the floodgates for what is gonna come soon and what I'll say in the next 7 years. Blade. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
Blade. It's getting me hyped for Blade. And he's gonna be in Blade. They're gonna try to find a way to squeeze him in. There's gonna be a way
yeah,
contract wise to bring him in. You're gonna have yourself also the Midnight Suns, which he's a part of.
yeah.
So if you're inclined to get in the Doctor Strange, just the overall collection, you can start bringing out your Midnight Suns with Moon Knight and everyone else. It's just up to you as a collector what you absolutely want. Granted, if you don't like it, don't buy it.
Yeah.
Let someone else have it. If someone's asking for a solid, kid, I don't have an account. Can you hook me up? Do the solid. You know what I mean? It's completely up to your leisure. But for me, it's a must buy to add to my collection, just like I did with the lizard. The lizard's on his way.
Yeah, definitely, man. we
Oh shit! Here we
got
go.
one
Focus,
figure
watch.
focus. Leo, loving the lounge today. Can we ask the panel in chat what 3 figures they have their eyes on lately? Like 3 figures that have been released but we haven't picked up yet. Great
question. Okay.
Great
Also,
question.
we need a maths lesson, people. We need a serious chat with the chat.
Yeah.
There are 88 people inside here, and there's only 40 likes. Come on, folks. It's free. It's free. These people literally plan this stuff, and it takes time and effort, and the amount of effort and time. Just click the like button.
Get them likes up. Hit them likes. We got 88, 89 people in basically here. We had 102 earlier. Come on, hit those like buttons, man. Get those like buttons. We need to get those like buttons up. Hit them. It's free to hit the like button. Come on, get it up to 88. We got 88 people watching. Hit that like button right now, you bald-headed demons. Make sure you do that right
Fishman.
Get
this man his shield.
Make sure. Yeah, make sure you basically hit that, if you haven't. But yes, I want to know. Can we so let's start with you, Rich. 3 figures that you want that have been released that you haven't gotten yet.
So the Mech Test Tony Deluxe, which I really like the look of. I almost got it last year on second hand for a pretty good deal, but I wanted to just, obviously I know the one that was going to be coming out. It's the deluxe one, the special edition one, so the one with dummy and everything. And I really like that little accessory as well, both the Mark II and also the heart, Tony's heart, which is just awesome. So yeah, that whole setup there, I love it. I think it looks fantastic. So that one, the Justice League double pack, I've not got yet, but I'm waiting till Cyber Monday / Black Friday. And I'm on the fence. Oh no, I've recently got the Golden Armor Wonder Woman, so I'm kind of thinking maybe the Wonder Woman 84 as well, but it depends on what the hair looks like and stuff. But those 3 for me.
Okay. So definitely the Wonder Woman 84. That's the one that again we haven't gotten any information on as of right now. We have no idea when it's coming. They haven't talked about it. All we know has been delayed. So definitely, I know that is one on a couple people's list.
It's eloped with Loki.
Yeah, pretty much.
They get
pretty much.
Bottom of the sea. Yeah, but that that looks awesome. I mean, I wasn't a fan of the film at all, but I think she looks fantastic here, and I think it'd be great with the rest of my DC figures. So I think that'd be my 3.
Definitely.
How about you guys?
Let's Lou. I'm gonna go with you. What's up?
Let's go. All right. So one that I have my eye on, and I'm waiting for Cyber Monday, Black Friday sales. the Nightmare Batman and Black Suit Superman.
Mhm.
That's something I'm having my eye on, and also another 2-pack I have my eye on that I'm going to grab. I'm just, patiently waiting. I missed out on the Spookathon, spectacular discount, but I'm hoping that another discount comes along the way, and that's for the double Boba Fett. In the
Double
Tuscan
pack.
outfit, and yep, the double pack with the Tuscan outfit and the battle damage armor.
Yeah.
So those two. And for the third is my armorized Venom or the Venomized Iron Man. That one right there, I'm like, I love it. I love the way it looks. I definitely want to get it, but I want to get it at a good price
A
for
decent
myself.
price. The Venomized Iron.
Iron
Yeah.
Man. Yeah.
Yeah, because that one has been around for a minute. That's one of the ones that I as much as I've been pushing back on it, I do. It is, one of the ones that again I want to kind of get because it looks horrifically beautiful in a sense.
hmm
For some reason, I don't know what it is about this piece, but again, I'm not going to pull that trigger until it goes deep dive in on a actual sale.
Clearance.
So that's, once it goes to clearance, I'll grab it. But yeah, it is something that's interesting because again, it is something that we will never see again ever.
hmm
And I'm going into my Armor War for with the Iron Man figures that I actually have right now. I'm going in on Armor Wars on it, and that Mech Tech. We all talked about it. That Mech Tech suit. It's like it just took me by surprise. I didn't
Nice.
want that bitch yet, but then
Mhm.
I was like, yeah, I think
It's
I'm
that
gonna
head
have to get it.
sculpt, so good.
Yeah,
So
I was
good.
like, I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
get that son of a bitch, man. I can't pass that up, bro. It's just something that I definitely need to have in my collection. Shane, what are your three, bro?
First of all, where have all my friends gone? I can't see anybody in the screenshot.
You can't.
No,
No,
we can
but-
just see Sideshow.
Oh, hold
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
Hold on. Why is that just here? Hold on a second. You know why? It could be because I had
Oh,
that.
there
There
you
we
go.
go.
There we are.
There we go.
You're gone though. You're gone.
Yeah. Why am I going? Here we go.
There you go.
There we go.
I'm seeing a lot of people in the chat say the War Machine Mark One, and I see a lot of people looking to pick up the cable as well. I know that T-Dubs, I know they're not ideal. I'm definitely not endorsing or promoting them, but I know that they have cable for $140 and the War Machine Mark One for $222. But like we mentioned last week, make sure you add it to the cart and factor in the shipping, because if it's not cheaper, then it's not cheaper, But I thought that was interesting the way that's dropped down. Mine's actually similar to Mech Test Tony, similar to reviews with that Mech Test Tony. It wasn't on my radar, but the head
Yeah,
sculpt was really
bro.
good, and the
Yeah.
final product. And I really like, these are accessories that normally the bonus accessories, the holograms and stuff, they don't really do much for me. But the little Mark II faceplates with the notes on and the light up arc reactor, I think that was really cute. I like that.
Yeah.
And I like Dummy, like, so that particular, I do think they're all, whichever SKU, there's like 4 SKUs, myself and myself and Rich were messaging about it during the week. There's like 4 different SKUs. I think they're all destined to drop down.
What, for the Mech Test?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're all destined to
I
drop
think
down.
they are. It looks like they are dropping. Like, literally, you can find a deal in certain places on. Look at that, man. Look at this. Oh my God.
So
That
good.
looks
Yeah,
great.
that's awesome.
So good. And also again
And
the Mark III construction with it. Sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you there. but
Yes,
that to
exactly.
go with it would be amazing.
That's already dropping now. And you can already get that for deal, but like technically it's half a figure, so it should be at least lower than half
half
price. So
price,
technically
yeah,
it should be
yeah.
quarter price really to get a deal. But like, so I think if you had that with Dummy and the construction, like I'm really leaning towards the one with Dummy and the Mark II faceplate and the Tony Stark has a heart original arc reactor. But I think that's destined for bargain bin. I think they're all destined for bargain bin.
Yeah.
And the construction is already... But if you had Dummy, the Mech Test, and the construction in the background, I think that'd be a beautiful lab display.
Diorama
Like,
style,
That's a beautiful display, period.
Yeah.
Especially if
There
you
are
have,
ones,
if you are some that actually have the Hall of Armor as well, and you have that in the back, bro. Yeah, that's
That's a
beautiful.
And
statement.
like Justin, I heard people say that like, oh, it's not much different, but Justin did a straight up comparison of the head sculpt.
Completely
This
different.
one, 12 years. It's and you know you would expect it, like and like it is significantly better, I think. So, yeah, for me, it's the mech test Tony with dummy and the exclusive parts. The construction, I'm actually looking at that because I know it's going to be. It's I think it's a unique piece.
Yeah.
Every time we see an Iron Man, we kind of go, it's another Iron Man. But this is like a unique version of Iron Man from a fantastic film. And the other one is actually the Mark One War Machine. I'm trying to be strong on that. I really have to go. I'm trying to be strong on that. What's really drawing me in on that is my love for the Mark 6.
Yes.
And the two of them together makes perfect sense. But I think I'm going to wait, not for Black Friday, but I think I'm going to put a bit of cash aside for the next few weeks and wait for Christmas, New Year's, and see if this prices get absolutely slaughtered. Like, but I wouldn't rush into it. But they're on the radar, you know. They're on the radar.
Yeah, some good ones there, man.
Yeah, that Mark One. Again, like I was talking to Toya about it, and like as we were talking about what each other wants for Christmas. And I threw this out there. I was like, hey, yeah, so that Mark One, it just dropped. And she was like, yeah, the price hasn't though. Like it doesn't look like the price. She was like, the price hasn't dropped though. And I'm like, shit. Man. I was like, but they do have that 10% off coupon that you could basically utilize. You know, that would work out to get this piece because it would be a sin not to have this. This is a beautiful armor, man.
So, like, can I ask you really quickly? Is this the same suit that was Punished up? Is that the one that they put the Punisher War Machine on?
No, not this one. Not this one.
Okay. Because I had the Punisher. I had the Punisher War Machine, and I really, really liked that one, and I thought that was the same. So no, thank you for clarifying that. Yeah.
Yeah, but this one looks good next to it, bro.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
This would look so amazing next to it. And this is probably, this particular suit is the most comic accurate. Like literally it is. Like it is the most comic accurate to what we got to his earlier on first phase suit. So it would definitely be, even though I'm gonna tell you one that doesn't get a lot of like the one suit that he has that does not get a lot of shine and people don't talk about it much is the Endgame one that he actually had. Before that suit is amazing.
Yeah, I like that one. I like that
one.
Suit is
it is amazing. It is an amazing piece to actually have in your collection.
I think the Mark IV is my favorite.
Yeah,
the digital camo.
Yeah.
I think it's the perfect. It's the only one I own. Well, actually, no. Sorry, I have the Iron Patriot, but the Iron Patriot, it's like a Christmas tree. Let's be honest. But the Mark IV though, with the digital camo, you've got the best of both worlds. You've got the chunk of this one, although not as chunky, but you've got the futuristic look of the later War Machines and the digital camo and the head sculpt, even though it's just the front. Oh, it's weak.
Yeah, it is, bro. Like it is, and with that camo, bro, it's a beast of a figure. Like aesthetically, it looks great when you look at it face on. It's like, fuck, this thing looks amazing. Like, you know, it and what the armor did in the movie, it was incredible. But yeah, it's definitely one of the best ones out there. But this one is just like always harking back. Here's the thing, yo, and I say this all the time, and people are like, why? Like, I love the suits that we got out of Iron Man 2 more than, even though I love Iron Man 1, I love the suits that we got from Iron Man 2 better than I do the first film. You know
I've got this gantry here, this Mark IV, and let me tell you,
the gantry,
man, it's primo. It's absolutely amazing. It's just so good.
And how much did you get that gantry for, bro?
500.
Son of a bitch.
That's the thing. Like Iron Man 2 is a lot of people hate it, and like. I know like Iron Man 1 is obviously the best, like, but I personally don't particularly like Iron Man 3, but Iron Man 2 gets a lot of hate, but there's some great moments in it. You know that kill box scene at the end when the two of them are back to back. Yeah, some quality stuff. I love like, it. You know what I mean? And it gave some great the Mark V. Yeah, some of the best suits.
Yeah. So. I'm a definitely I echo everything, Shane, that you're saying. I'm gonna go with, like, again, the ones that I don't have that I want in my collection right now is this one right here, of course. I gotta have this one. It is heavily on my radar. I think this is basically the number one that's out right now that I don't have in my collection. And it's a shame. All right, so Shane, here we go. Remember, I put up and we did this show last week, and I told you I was gonna do. I'm the biggest fucking hypocrite. Bro, I'm a hypocrite because I can't stand getting all these fucking Iron Man suits. But then when they release them, they look so fucking good. Like this one, I have to have because it looks great, bro. That mech tech suit, I was not thinking about that at all. I was like, I don't want it. I'm not gonna get it. Get out of here.
Okay. But come on, man. Come on. Right. I'm going to ask you some questions that are going to make you feel better about yourself. Do you have any neon techs?
No, hell no.
Okay. Are you going to get that panic suit Iron Man from Iron Man 3?
No.
Do you know what I mean? Like that, you're not collecting every single Iron Man. You're still picking your moments. You know what I mean? You love the Mark V. You have the Mark V. Do you have a Mark 7?
No, I don't.
I
had the Mark 85. I had the Mark 85, the Mark
Leia,
5.
you don't have a Mark 7. You need to give yourself a break. Like that, like the Mark 7 is like the obvious choice. I don't have a Mark 7, but I'm like, I love it, but this is where the discipline kicks in. But it's not as if you're just getting everything. You're getting things that speak to you.
Yeah, true. And that's the thing, like that mech tech suit, as soon as I saw it, it was like the light bulb went off. I was like, yo, I can actually create my own version of Armor Wars, my own version of Armor Wars. And then actually having this head sculpt right here. I'm telling you, if you haven't actually gotten this head sculpt, it is it's the Tom Cruise version. It's like the superior Iron Man version. Like if you haven't gotten this, it's amazing. And I just have these ideas in my head of how I want to actually do it. So it's this suit, it's the mech tech. Definitely that's out right now that I don't have in my collection that I want. And my third one that's out that I don't have in my collection, which like Lou is going to be like, yo, that is a effing sin that you don't have it yet, is the Cyborg Spider-Man. I don't have it.
Dude, how dare you? How dare you?
No, bro.
How dare you, bro? They had a Spider-Man sale.
I know. I didn't get it yet. I didn't get it yet, bro. I wanted it.
I pulled the trigger on that and the homemade suit from
I know.
I had a double dip.
I know. I wanted to, bro, but I didn't do it. I do apologize.
It's okay. Don't worry.
I
It'll
apologize,
come back.
but it will come back and I will get my hands on that. We got Jonathan King. Don't sleep on that War Machine Mark 1. You're right, bro. Jonathan, you're right. And see, LaToya T is out there. So again, I mean, I'm just saying Christmas is coming. She wants some stuff. I want some stuff. So maybe it'll happen. Everybody out there, if you were very persuasive, and Shane's a very persuasive person, and he's been talking the entire time as he's been watching. I purposely orchestrated this whole scenery. I pulled this up because I knew he was going to talk about it, and I knew she was in the chat. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
If you get it, whether you purchase it yourself or you get it as a gift, see that, LaToya T? If you get it as a gift, I'll commit to.
You'll commit to get okay.
If you get it as a gift, I'll commit.
Yeah.
Okay. If you get it as a gift, I'll commit.
Okay. You know that scene in The End of the Dark Knight when Joker said, "I just gave it a little push." That's all I need right now because it's a triple threat. Like remember last week it was like, okay, do you like the character War Machine Don Cheadle? Yeah, every day of the week.
Hell yeah.
Do you like the source material Iron Man 2? I think that's maybe one of my guilty pleasures. And then the third one, do you like that version? It's the original Mark 1. It's not my favorite, but it's my second favorite. And I'm like, no, I need to stay in my lane. I can't collect everything. But like in this, it's a triple threat, and I'm still resisting. I just need a little push. So I've said it.
Imagine if they released the Mark 6 reissue, and then you got this back to back, and it's sold out. How much would you be kicking yourself then?
I know. So Shane, are you going? Would you? So if they released the Mark 6, is that one you would actually go after?
To be honest, I don't think so because I have it here. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
The Mark 6 is. Like a lot of people do ask me that though, because they because obviously it's well documented on my channel, my videos, on my streams, my photography. That's like the Mark 6 is my favorite Iron Man suit, and that's one that like surely it's due a reissue.
Mm-hmm.
But I think maybe when they reissue it, they'll do a Mark 46 in it, that there won't be a head sculpt. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Which is, fair enough. So,
like that, yeah.
Which would be unusual because it's only like he hadn't had nanotech at that stage, so it would be, it would be like a half head sculpt, whatever. But I don't think I would pick up the 2.0. It would take a lot for me. They'd have to make significant upgrades because that figure's great.
Yeah, definitely. We got collectible chats, and he said Echo, Lando, and Vision. I have them all, and you won't be disappointed. And that Lando, if you are an OT fan and you don't have Lando, come on. And I know it. Come on. I echo what Shane says about the cape, but come on, like everything else.
That cape is frustrating, man.
That cape, the fix right out the box, the cape is frustrating. You got to futz with it a while to get it to where you basically need to have it. But once you get it there, it is a presence. And if you already have the Bespin Leia, posing it next to that particular figure, oh man, I even got a small Colt 45 in his hand as well. So,
but you know what, Lael?
Yeah,
that particular figure. If I'm not sure if Keith, the Padawan collector from Ireland, is watching, but I do think people are going to sleep on that Lando. And for me, I'm not a completionist, but like original trilogy figures, they're not exactly like Marvel figures. They're there every 2 minutes, and I saw him there for a while, and I was like, he's a key character. Maybe he's not the most exciting character. He doesn't have tech or anything like that, but he is a key character. And like when I got it in hand and I looked at it, it's a classy looking figure. It's not the most exciting looking figure, but it's a classy looking figure, and I think that figure comes to life when it's posed with other original trilogy figures, like you said, the Bespin Leia, the Empire Strikes Back, Boba Fett, or even they weren't in the same scene together, but the Snowspeeder Luke, because of the pop and colors. But I'll tell you straight out, can you go back a few photos there? Go back a few. Keep going. This one here, the one with the cape, the one before that.
Oh, before this one.
The cape.
One more.
It was the other way, I think. The other way.
Hold on. Let's go.
I think. Keep going. That there.
One right there.
No. The one before that.
Before this one. Hold on.
This one here.
That one there.
That's straight up lies, folks. You were not going to get the cape. You were not going to get the cape looking like that unless you are a seamstress. Because man, the thing. He looks like I'm Batman because he's pulling the things out to the side. It's like I would love if he just sat on the shelf like that. But I reckon I might actually take out the sewing kit and learn how to sew.
Because the thing is, for people that don't have this figure, the cape has these arm things that you have to slide up the arms to have it fit, and and the thing is, if the cape is open too far, you'll see them, and it doesn't look pleasant. It makes no sense. So what I did was, so I used the trick without having to use those to actually fit the cape on the figure without it falling off. Because again, I hated it, and like you said, that is a lie, because it takes a while. It's a wired cape, but it takes a while to get it looking this plush in your collection. Like you have to futz with that some bitch, and sometimes it could take you an hour. I'm like, yo, come on, stop playing. I'm not doing this. So let me just do something.
You know what, Leia? Like I don't mod figures, but the thing about it mightn't be the most exciting figure. But when you do have it on the shelf, it still looks very classy and tasteful, because it looks vintage because of the color of the cape and the design on the inside of the cape. It does look vintage. It looks like a classy figure, and the head sculpt is solid. So I think this is one I might consider actually stitching up to make it look like that, because I think it really does fit in with the rest of those original trilogy figures. And someone pointed out in the chat that this is silly cheap now on T-Dubs. Probably
I think it's sold out. Yeah, I think it's sold out earlier this week. But
when this is
so
gone,
cheap.
it's gone.
Yeah,
when this is gone, it's gone.
Yeah, it is.
Someone was saying double-sided fabric tape is probably the way forward instead of stitching.
Yeah,
might be worth trying that.
Because you see how
thank you. I appreciate that tip.
Looking at this, you see how unsightly that looks, because you can see the straps clearly. There in the arms. They're right there. And I didn't know why I didn't see this before, but again, it is unsightly. It wasn't something that, we saw in the film. So it's definitely not accurate to the film, but it is what it is.
But that blaster is one of the coolest looking accessories.
Yeah, it is.
It comes with an E11, but the E11 is not going to get a look in compared to this.
Yeah, this one definitely is in those boots. Like, come on, man. Who didn't want a pair of those boots? I know I still want a pair of those boots. I love those
I'm
boots.
only 5'10". I'd love a pair of those boots. I'd be 6'2".
You'll need them in April.
me
Next
pair
to
of
bloody the Jack and the Beanstalk, the giant man next to me, like, you know. We could probably hop up on Rich's back and he'd carry us everywhere.
Hey, yo, Rich, can you imagine Shane walking in with those boots, bro? Like, I
Oh man, that'd be hilarious.
Yeah,
Like
he walks in with those
Robert Downey
boots.
Jr.
Oh, if he walks down the street with those boots on, I'm gonna have like that very superstitious riding on the wall.
bro, I'm gonna take a picture
That's
of
a
them Jones
tune.
looking in them
It
boots.
is a tune.
Woo, definitely, man. That's
How funny
incredible.
is that? That's great.
Anyway, man, great show today, everybody. It's been amazing. Again, let us know what your picks are. We let you know what our picks are. But again, man, we'll talk about this more in detail. Rich, thank you for an amazing segment, man. You killed it with that.
Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate the support, everybody. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. Next week, as promised. Lou, I hope you're ready. I hope you're ready.
What was I supposed to do again?
Yeah, you were supposed to, yeah, you're posing. Exactly. I hope you are ready. Oh, yes. You're going to walk us through posing and how to make them look good in the display without compromising the integrity of the figure. So you're going to show us how to do that next week. Everybody come back next week for that because it's going to be such an amazing show. Rich, what you got coming up, bro?
So on Tuesday, I've got Film Club. We'll be talking about Wakanda Forever. Full spoilers, so everybody needs to watch the film between now and then. If you haven't already, come back on Friday at 9 p.m. UK time, or you can watch it on the replay. Please subscribe to Reviews with Rich. Also on Thursday, I will be on Rise and Chai with Leal and Leslie. And then on Friday, I will be on Iron Logan's channel, where I'll be interviewed for Posed Up. So yes, a lot going on this week, and I'll be trying to do a few more things next week as well. So if everybody can subscribe, always a pleasure. Thank you so much for having me and support as always. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, man, and thank you for being
brother.
here. Loco Lou, what's going on with you, man? What you got going on, brother?
More sleep. I woke up extra early for you guys, and you know what? I don't regret it. I got my pattern, but now if I'm going to do this on a regular, I need some beauty sleep.
You need some sleep.
I need to get some beauty sleep. I'm sorry, you can't look this good and not get a little bit of sleep. You know what I mean?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Just saying. like I'm competing right now with the stash. You get what I'm saying? That stash is immaculate. Immaculate. So
hell
the beard
Thank you very much.
too, yo, I'm sorry. He got the like. I'm that spicy Captain Hook you never heard about. They call me Redbeard.
Redbeard. That's my pirate name.
Spicy Captain Hook.
I know Rich just sits like straight up this after this. He just sits there.
Yo, he's like this. All the spices in the world still has nothing on me.
Hey, you know what? You know what? Shane he's fooling y'all because he has, and I saw this page again. I'm privy to this. I saw this page. He had a full beard. Like Shane had a full beard, bro. Like, and it looked great. I'm like, yo, Shane, a full beard, bro. A full beard. I saw it. It's definitely there.
Yeah, long time ago. But,
baby face now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I actually love having a beard, but I find that like the maintenance. I always thought like, you know, grow a beard, you won't have to shave anymore because shaving's a nightmare. But then after a while, beards, they're more effort than not having a beard because you have to shape it, groom it, and
line them up, stuff like that.
If you don't moisturize it, you get all that itching and stuff.
Yeah, bro.
Gotta go all out.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
It's a thing, man.
Thing.
It's an absolute thing.
Definitely, man. But Lou, man, yeah, can't wait. Your segment next week is going to be incredible, so we can't wait for that, brother. So thanks for being here. Oh, hold up. What is this? What is this?
Oh, sorry. I'm getting ready with the you know me. I prefer to just show what's going on in the channel.
Yeah, well, we're on you right now. Let's go.
Oh yeah, sorry, right. God, where's it? Okay, first of all, actually take down the thing for a second, will you? If you don't mind.
Okay, got you.
Right. So, I'm really looking forward to Tuesday night with because,
I cannot wait. Yeah.
Like it's you know, like I don't want to give literally anything away here now, but I will say this, and it's not a spoiler. Irish audiences tend not to get too excited in the cinema. We just don't. Like the probably most interactive I've ever seen an Irish audience in a cinema was No Way Home, when opening night and, you know, Andrew and Toby appeared. People lost their shit, and it was so amazing to be a part of that excitement, even though we knew it was kind of happen, but until it happens, it doesn't happen. The only time I have ever seen an audience clap at the end of a movie was in 2008 when I went to see The Dark Knight, an opening night in a place called Limerick in Ireland. There's no need to clap a movie because it's not a live performance. That's serious respect. It's not like clapping a play or a comedian or a live band. People clapped because the movie was that good, but also there was the recent passing of Heath Ledger. Last Friday night when I was in the cinema to see this, also on an opening night, it was the second time in my life
that people clap,
where I have ever seen an Irish audience clap a movie at the end. Does that mean it was the greatest movie ever? I'm not even going to finish that sentence. Forget about the hype. Forget about the critics. Go and see the movie yourself and see what you think about it and make up your own mind. Do you know what I mean? Because that takes to clap a movie. Go see the film.
That's definitely a level of respect.
Make up your own mind.
When you do
Don't
that.
be a sheep.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely,
But,
man. Appreciate that. Definitely.
I'm looking forward to speaking about it on Tuesday, though.
Hell yeah, it's gonna be exciting.
Yeah. So
bring
thanks
it
very
up
much to Rich.
Thank you, man.
For the presentation, and thanks very much for being here. Really enjoyed it today. So just a few things coming up on my channel. If you want to add that, if you don't mind.
Yep, I got you.
So right, so obviously these are my thoughts on this. This was pre seeing the movie. I might do another one post seeing the movie because obviously this is locked in now. This was inspired by the segment that Lael asked me to do last week. So this is live on a channel. This is kind of like similar to what I did last week.
Please watch this. Please watch this. Please watch this. Yeah.
The next part, this is I reviewed Lando today. I'm not going to give up on this cape. I'm gonna do the double-sided tape like OG says, because it's a classy looking figure. It just needs a little guidance, you know. And finally, this I'm probably going to do this tomorrow at 8 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. I will schedule it. I want to kind of do like a time slot because I hear people in the chat kind of saying, you know, I last minute I kind of tend to stream at random times, and that often doesn't suit people. So I'm trying to lock down a time where it suits me, and I just put it up there, and you know it suits the audience, and at least they know they can watch it at a rewind or be there live at that time. So this is probably going to be tomorrow Irish time, Greenwich Mean Time, at 8 p.m. where I'm going to just extend this a little bit, and because as Lael was asking me to do that and I was planning for that, I thought of other things that I left out that I think are quite helpful. Maybe people do them already, but so this is going to be tomorrow at 8 p.m. I'm going to put a lot of effort into this one. Hopefully people might get some sort of benefit or value from it. And apart from that, that's it done. Thank you very much, and I will commit to that Mark 1. If you do, Lael, if it's
I'm
a
committing
gift,
to it, bro.
if it's a gift, you let me know when you either drop that energy or Latoya gets it for a Christmas present, and then I'll source. I'll source it.
I'm committing to it, bro, because I gotta have it. I gotta have it.
Back to back.
Yeah,
back to Mark 6.
Yeah, definitely gotta have it. Definitely gotta have it, man. Thank you for being here as always, Shane. Always a pleasure. If you haven't, subscribe. And again, everybody's link is in the description. So I'll put everybody's link in here in the description where you can actually just click on it. So make sure you go over to that description. You can actually see it. Rich, what's going on with you, brother?
I already said it.
Oh, you already said it. All right, there we go.
Tuesday,
so everybody said everything. All right, so everybody said everything. We can actually peace out. We got a $10 super chat really quick by Brendan Salad. Yes, thank you very much. This is always my favorite show of the week. This community rocks, man. Get that Mark 1. See, I'm going to do it.
Brandon Salad was the first person to ever super chat on my channel. I will never forget that. Thank you.
Yes, and that beard he has like a Tony Stark look to him a little bit.
He does.
So that's the Mark 1 right there, man.
I'm liking that beard, Brandon. I'm liking that beard, bro. Like that beard is sharp. Definitely.
Lael. Sorry. A random thought. Remember you were saying we were talking about the Banshees of Inisherin?
Yes. Yes.
So
yes.
I went to see the movie, and I did like it. You know the girl, the sister, Siobhan, I think her name is?
Yes.
You know who
yes.
she is?
No.
You know who she is?
No.
She's the voice of Friday.
Get the fuck out of here.
You know
bro.
your one, Tony. You know she's the Irish accent. You know when, like,
That's her?
in Age of Ultron. Yeah, she's the voice of Friday. That's where they get that Irish accent from. Like,
There you go.
That's
That's
it.
awesome.
Holy shit.
That's crazy.
Bro, 'cause
When
I'm
you
sitting
think
up here
about it, it's
listening the
like-
entire time. I'm
Yeah.
like, yo, that voice is so distinctively familiar. Like it is.
Tony, Sokovia is going for a ride. It's
Yeah.
so Irish.
All right, yeah.
Fuck.
That's great.
Get
Good
out
call.
of here, bro.
That's her. Yeah, that's her.
And I love that movie, bro. The movie was creepy hilarious in a sense, but it was dope. It was dope dialogue, and the reasoning for it. It just, if y'all haven't actually seen it, watch that film. I'm a firm promoter of that film. I love it. So definitely, man, I appreciate that. Everybody out there, again, appreciate you. Tomorrow we have comic book talk with friends. Again, it's going to be sort of a spicy show. I'm just going to say that off the bat because we got some differences of opinions. But definitely going to be a discussion, precursor, not a precursor to Rich's show, but it's a precursor to a lot of things. So definitely stay tuned, watch that. I will be on Rich's show. I cannot wait to get on that show on Tuesday because that's going to be interesting. It's going to be incredible.
Yep.
So definitely, we will be back for Say What Wednesday as always. Uncivilized Scoundrels. We'll be actually tackling 2 episodes of Andor. If you haven't seen last week's episode of Andor, watch that shit now. If you haven't. Andy Serkis put on a performance of a lifetime. What is his name?
Stellan Skarsgård.
Stellan Skarsgård put on a performance of a
Unbelievable
lifetime.
speech. Yeah.
Andor, everybody nailed it in that show. Mon Mothma, all of them. I watched it like 4 times since. I gotta watch it again. Definitely make sure you watch that. But yeah, we will be back for Uncivilized, and then next week we will be back for Figure Flex Friday. Well, we will announce the winner, and we already think we are the winner. We're going to announce the winner of the $100 gift card from Sideshow. So definitely stay tuned for that. And also Luminara has an update on what we're going to be doing coming up next for Future Flex. So definitely we're going to talk about that. And of course, Loco is going to have at least 5 or 6 flexes in there. Definitely can't. Yeah, we already know. Anyway, thank you guys for basically being here. Everybody out in the chat who's coming through. We got Latoya T with $1.99 super chat. What'd she say?
She just clicked. She just pre-ordered that, man. I bet you that's what it is.
If that's
She's
what
got the
that
phone in
is,
her hand. She just pre-ordered it. You need to let me know. Let me know because I will.
I'll let you know, definitely. So yeah, let's go all day, every day, man. Like I will definitely let you know. Damn, that means I got to commit to everything I told her I was going to get her. But okay, we'll actually go ahead with it. Nah, she knows I got her back. She already knows. I got some stuff on her list that she don't even know about. So anyway, definitely thank you guys for being here. Actress Carrie, yeah, aka Friday, Carrie Condon. Yep, exactly. Yep, that's it. Friday. There we go. So again, we will see you guys next week. Thank you for being here this week. Again, amazing show. Rich, you did your thing. Thank you for being on here.
Brother.
Focus, Local Lou, all day, every day. Let us go. Again, make sure you hit that like button on the way out. If you don't, I will smack each and every one of y'all next week, next Sunday. I will just go to your crib, knock on the door, and be like, hey, are you Brendan Solid? So anyway, let's go all day. Nah, that's my guy. All day, every day. I know he is. So we will see it. Anyway, talk to y'all later on. Let's go. Peace.